There we go. 11 matches between these two. In the bottom left side, we got ourselves a pink Protoss player fighting for the good game. Gaming guys going at it again. He is. Patience. In the top right side, the Dragon, the Phoenix, the Gainers. All united under one banner by the Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He is the Red Terran player, Mr. Cure. Mr. Cure, the man who's never had a single disease in his life before. That is why they call him the Cure. Zap zap. Probe's back in town. Alright, so what do we expect actually between these two, right? I think that's a good question. In a best of 11, it's always difficult to really kind of contemplate how it's gonna go because, well, you know, best of 3 is like, well, you know, probably gonna go, I would say, either 2-1 or 2-0 to Cure. And to be fair, I mean, I'm only leaving 2 other options out there. So, you know, there's not that many options where it can go to. But in a best of 11, there's a lot of extra things you have to take into account. Whether that be just overall kind of just exhausted play from a player, right? Could be that he is getting frustrated that the series is not going his way, and instead of just a simple best of 5 or best of 3, that, you know, alright, well, you lost 3 games, now it's done, it's over. With a best of 11, though, I mean, that is a whole different ballgame. That is, whew, man. It's not even a best of 11, right? So we're not gonna call it quits as soon as somebody hits 6 wins. No, we're gonna keep going. So if somebody gets 6 wins in a row, and you're sitting there just wanting to pull your hair out, just being like, what in the world do I even do against this man? Well, you're gonna have to keep going at it like that, and without much of a different say in the matter. Also, one thing to take into account is that, of course, if you are getting 6 wins in a row, you may get a bit complacent, right? You may start to underestimate your opponent and drop the ball here and there on a couple of tiny things, and who knows, maybe that is going to be able to be enough to suddenly turn the tide for someone quite hungry for a victory. So I think it comes down a lot to the overall mental state and how players are able to deal with a loss or a tight series, stuff like this. You know, just much more on display in a best of 11 rather than a shorter series, right? There we go. 2 Reapers actually. Oh, one of them does get inside. It's gonna go right on top of that sentry right here. It's gonna should be able to get it if it wants to. It's gonna rotate around. Prioritizing the scout, not a bad idea. It will be a 3-gate blink play with the robo as well, yeah, of course. Getting that probe after it put down the pylon there. I mean, he's seen it all, hasn't he? I guess right now he's kind of just checking to see if he can get more probe kills. Maybe as well there could still be a dark shrine here or something like that, right? Kind of hidden. But none of that right now being the case. And of course he sees the Twilight Council kind of doing its thing as well. Zooming away. It's a very quick traffic light kind of situation there. That's what happens when you teleport, of course. Alright. So, Widowmine drop here for Cure. Cure is still getting himself quite a bit of a bio presence on the ground here. He's going to start up the siege tanks as well, as he did get a good scout off and saw that there are Stalkers on the way. There we go, the two Widowmines. Gonna launch themselves forward towards that main base. Let's see. Earlier today we saw those games between Bjorn and Trap, of course. Trap, I mean, that was just horrendous. See if he will do a little bit better. Ooh, nice bit of retargeting there, but not retargeting the probes here. They'll still get a stalker, I suppose, right? Better than nothing. And that is after they blunk as well, so I suppose there's a bit of nice micro there, but overall I was kind of hoping to see a good shot on the probes. They did come back around, so I think there was an opportunity there. Oh well. Single observer does get shot down as well. Vanishes in the ground. The Stalkers. I mean, the Stalkers... it's not that much Terran presence here, right? Could be better. Could be more. Still got a lot of those Marines on the other side. It's gonna... Wow, okay. That is a very daring move. Force fields, though. Oh, pretty good as well. Imagine that working. My god. That would be some tremendous damage onto the probe line here. It's a daring try, but unfortunately not gonna succeed this time around. Good effort though. A for effort. And a bit of an M for mass murdering the Marines. Still just mainly being a bit forwards with those Stalkers at this moment in time. Colossi production still continuing onwards as the extended thermal lance is on the way as well. Where is Patience taking this so far? We're seeing the charge upgrade coming in. I was anticipating the Templar archives as well, but we're not seeing that just quite yet. He may double down on the robo units as we are going to grab two of these forges as well. Stark is trying to get some more work done here. Facial reconstruction by the help of artillery shells. Not the best way, but it's, it does the job very quickly. Okay. Reactor and a tech lab. Interesting. Oh, wait. That was 12 kills. Apparently I missed it. Apparently Patience missed it as well, though. I mean, he's got two empty gas geysers here. I'm assuming this is where it all took place. It's a rough one, actually. 12 kills. Finally finding some real damage with those Widowmine drops. I thought it was kind of over already, the attempted Widowmine drops, but I guess not. Guess it just kept going. Just needed a little bit of time to warm up here. The Stalker's gonna try, actually, is that... Okay, it's just gonna get on top of that supply depot. Alright. Interesting, interesting. I think he lost the Stalker for that as well, though, but... Oh well. Just going back at it again. These guys, they're playing very passively right now, aren't they? They are playing very passively. It's going to be a long series if we keep going at this pace. That's for sure. Not a lot of blows being dealt out. Kind of trading equally here and there with some attempts of aggression. There we go. Finally, a nice move there. Oh my god. Okay, does get the disruptor for his cost, but man, those force fields, they were absolutely murdered. That was quite something else. Recall being utilized there as well is going to force Cure to move back around with those medevacs. Will not attempt anything else. So we do have Cure kind of repositioning himself back at home base as well. I mean, forcing the cancel on the 5th base, that is nice, right? That is a good thing overall. Really great stuff, but... and those army units that he lost there as well. Not quite efficiently. I'm not sure if that is what he needs desperately at this moment in time anyway. Right? I mean, with the worker damage that he's managed to do so far, he's going to grab himself a 4th base as well. Maybe he can afford to. Still got a good army count. Those upgrades only slightly ahead for him. Not by too large a margin. Patience once again, moving forwards, gonna grab himself, put himself into the siege tank fire. Wasn't there Patience as well the last time when we saw him try to do with the Blink Stalker aggression, right? He kind of did these weird moves where instead of blinking on top of siege tanks to snipe him out and then run away. Oh, this could be nice. Okay, getting a couple of marauders there. Good damage on a siege tank. Thought I was going to be a bit bigger. We have the drop play that is continuing onwards as well. We'll not get the cancel on that nexus here, but it is quite stuck. So a lot of units though being forced to stay in that little corner there of the map, and we don't have that much remaining for Patience on the other side either. So there is the disruptor shot, maybe a little bit too early. And a zealot run by on a planetary fortress. That is. Well, it's something that's going to work out for them, unfortunately. A simple 2 SCV repair there is already sufficient to shut that down. Right, these siege tanks getting closer and closer. It looks like Patience is okay with letting this base just kind of go. Will not be too bothered, it seems. He's going to try to set up a flank. He is. Alright, so maybe with Cure. I mean, this would be brilliant if Cure does rotate around and tries to go back again. Patience not even setting up that many units. Yeah, okay, we'll send those zealots in. But a good scan for Cure will not just fall into a trap like that. Patience still's got quite a bit of an army stuck, of course, trying to deal with the medevacs here. And well, another bit of army here, just kind of rotating around in the middle of the map. Whereas Cure, more precise or kind of decisive with where he wants to be with his army. Definitely has the majority here on the bottom right side now, trying to just keep pushing further forwards. And then he kept a little bit at home, right? That is now also starting to move out. Needs to be careful though, this could be a good interception. It really is a great one, in fact. The other army that was still stuck in the sky there does manage to find an opportunity as well, so we'll go into the main base there. The 3rd base for Cure is under a lot of threat right now. That bunker really doing a number though overall on the Stogs that are squeezing in between the awkward position there. And still trading out all right. It looks like we will have this army for Cure just getting closer and closer to the main production facilities. And what do we have available here for Cure back in home base? It's not that much, a little bit scary actually. Patience is going to take the top left side as well. And it looks like that is going to be it for Patience. Own assault across the map here is just going to let that go for now. Wants to deal with the main threat, the main pressure here. The Terran army that is coming closer and closer to his production facilities already. He lost quite a bit of his tech. Lost quite a bit of his overall stuff. He's losing probes continuously by the hand of those siege tanks. Let's see how this goes here. Nice EMP on top of the disruptors. Need to have some target fire there coming out. Some really good one, but will not be sufficient here for Cure to grant them victory just quite yet. Needs to recalibrate back at home, try and figure something else out. Does he know about that base in the top left? I don't think he does. Is he going to? Yeah, he will right now. There's no static defenses there just quite yet, but definitely is a base that he has to start dealing with here. Let's manage to get the scout off there. Patience already with his army fairly nearby. Is he going to be able to get there in time? Or is he just going to set up shop in between these two locations here? Try to start attacking the planetary fortress himself as well. Looks like that's the case. One big whopping of Stalkers. Already enough to kind of deal with this army here. I say army, the one single medevac drop, of course. Cure struggling to keep his economy growing. He's a little bit stuck on these 4 bases now for quite a while. Haven't seen him try that many times, though, to be fair, to actually get himself expanding anywhere, but definitely is something he needs to look into. Getting rid of observers always a good thing, of course. Is there still enough Terran actually here to hold the door, though? I mean, that's an ungodly amount of Protoss right now coming down the chimney. And, okay, that's a very awkward fight there from Patience. I thought he had enough, maybe with the Stalkers just kind of blinking forward, but then again, I mean, you got to be really sure. And, well, I mean, a lot of people make a lot of fun for Patience sometimes for doing a bit of the bad blinkage. This is a good push. Let's see how many units are going to get recalled here. It's only the 3 Colossi, but that's still maybe too much, actually, as this army consists out of mostly Marines. More siege tank coming in as well. This could be the moment, guys. If Kure does not manage to break this, the tensions are already quite high with all these units so close together. 2 bases very close together, as both of these players desperately kind of need these places. I guess Patience doesn't need it as much, to be fair. But yeah, there we go. That's the blink forward, realizing, you know what, you do not have much of anything, do you? And will get on top of things. Does manage to get that army knocked down a peg. And I think that should be enough now to allow Patience to take this game here. Of course, he still has the bottom 6 o'clock base. He still has the bottom right side over here as well, the 4 o'clock. And there's not much that Kure can do right now. Even the top left side. I mean, he tried a couple of times. Every single time he got squished into a pub again. Once more, being beaten backwards here. The one way I can still see this work is by slowly making planetary fortresses this way. But I mean, I say work, but I lose that term quite loosely. Because he just does not seem to be able to build up enough of an army anymore to really contest the might that is Patience's army right now. Going for multi-pronged harassment, that's always a good thing, of course, if you are up against the wall, if things are looking a bit dicey. There we go, does still find some damage. Guerrilla attacks always the best way to go if you're not entirely certain if there is a clean way to win. I'm gonna have to try and take some shots in the dark here. It's going to be that warfare tactic right now. Okay, good EMP there, forcing those Stalkers backwards. Siege tanks. This is the problem for Mr. Kure at this moment, right? He has all these siege tanks, and they need to be wherever the Protoss is coming at him from. But he just doesn't have enough to comfortably defend all these areas at the same time. And Patience, he is just pressuring every single area at the same time, so... Right. I think the Zala Colossus army is the one that's a bit more beatable on its own here with what we have for Kure. Just needs to make sure to have the planetary repaired, but there are some immortals now as well. They could add a lot of firepower onto the planetary here. Siege tanks need to be close enough so they can actually push back the Colossus here. This is a weird Cold War almost-esque situation. There we go, the blink forward again. All the Zealots on top of the Marauders, the Marines, they are struggling as the SCVs try to keep the planetary up. It does not seem like there is enough here. And once more we see Kure with a lot of trouble on his plate. Needs to figure out a way if he can still take this fight on the right side. He does manage to beat back the Zealots, but Desperately needs this army on the other side, of course, where suddenly Patience was with the bulk and the majority of his forces. He's going to continue pushing onwards. No, okay, he's going to rotate back around. A big recall once again here for Patience. Going to the bottom right side, anticipating the attack on that side as well. Accurately anticipating that attack, by the way. And that is some great stuff. Already getting on top of the siege tanks before they are sieged up. We'll just move backwards here. Stay out of the siege tank range. Perfectly fine. We do have the Stalker Zealot force on the left side that did get destroyed this time around. Some more Zealots coming in. Let's see if we have enough Marines here to break down the Zealot ball. A bit of micro. It looks like it will be. More reinforcements comes in as well. Here on the bottom right side, kind of holding his own for the time being. More Zealots are being warped in though. As Patience, he's losing another base once more. So many Zealots though. Oh, that is an disgusting amount of Zealots right now. That just will not quit. We do not have a planetary fortress here either to fall back onto. A base will fall for Kjør. Kjør, I mean, sure. I mean, he is getting bases of his opponent killed off as well, but those bases are nowhere near as crucial as the bases are that he's losing himself. Patience done a great job at denying the expansions and continuing onwards with the pressure everywhere. Looks like we will have ourselves once again a Terran that is completely out of money right here. And he's scanning as well. I mean, he kind of has to, right? There's no way you can afford not to. Otherwise, you just get blindsided. Okay, there are all the SCVs now being pulled. Ooh, that's a lot of Colossi, though. That's 6 Colossi there on the bottom. Want to get rid of those rocks. Good call. Group up his 2 parts of his army here. Siege tanks first volley onto the Colossi. Yeah, there's no way you're breaking this as Kjør. There really is no bloody way. Trying to leapfrog the siege tanks closer and closer, but I mean, are we expecting anything to happen here for Kjør? I'm not sure, guys. There would have to be quite the blunder coming in from Patience here, I would say. So far, he's playing it incredibly careful. Not taking any unnecessary risks. Taking some shots here and there from the siege tanks, but I mean, he is completely allowed to take damage right now a little bit, right? As long as the fight just takes a little bit longer. If he really wants to, I mean, he could still evacuate this base as well. Not that much money here remaining. Now, did he send too many Zealots across the field? That's the one question on my mind. Ah, they're coming back from the other side. GG is called. And Patience takes game number 1 there after a hard-fought 24-minute battle. Number 1. Number 1 fight. Get that away. Oh, well done. Well done indeed. Patience. You know what? Already taking away a potential clean victory there for Kjør. Of course, the winning the 11 games in a row. Every single one of them. Kjør already saying it as well, like, oh, now I can't win 11-0 anymore. But yeah, that means that Patience is there with the opportunity to do so himself, right? Could get himself that 11-0 if he really wants to. Three, two, one, and off we go. On to the next game. It is Submarine. I'm fairly certain we're doing map loser map pick, by the way. Let me double check that for you guys. Yeah. Loser picks. So Submarine will be the map chosen here by Kjør. Always nice to at least have that going for you, right? Submarine. We all play StarCraft in a little submarine. Map. On a little submarine. Alright, here we go. Yeah. Wow. Keep forgetting that I don't need to do the thingamajig anymore with the 11 matches thing. Well, regardless, here we are. We are in the blue-yellow map. In the top left side, the pink Protoss from the good guy gamer man himself, the crew of the Good Gaming Games. Good Game Gaming. There we go. Actually messing it up now. Not on purpose. It's patience. Right, and as I try to recalibrate that, let's try to do a bit better here. The Dragon Phoenix Gamers. It's the Red Terran, Mr. Cure. A little bit upset that he will no longer be able to beat his opponent 11-0, which is, you know, an interesting thing to do after you you lost the first game, being like, oh, well, I can't beat you 11-0 now anymore, can I? I get that it is true, he will not be able to beat him 11-0 anymore, but at the same time, it's like, well, you only just played one game and you lost that one game. So far, you've lost 100% of the games today against your opponent, so... I mean, maybe not the time to start mentioning that, maybe actually he was talking about how we hope he doesn't get 11-0'd. That could be the case as well. Actually, come to think about it. No idea what he said because it was in Korean after all. Sudden realization. Wait a moment. I have no idea what he's saying actually. Crazy. So what we got for patience, he's going to play it safe here. He's even going to make a zealot first and foremost. Interesting. Very interesting. Wants to surprise that SCV here. The SCV is still going to try and get in. Figure out what's going on. I mean, may as well try to send the zealot across the map here, I suppose, right? Send the stalker in afterwards as well. Sure. Alright. SCV gone. That opens up the possibility here for Mr. Patience, of course. We'll start running. Running across the fields. The meadow. Gallivanting towards the Terran base. Twilight Council for patience once again. Same opening we saw the previous time. I wonder how he does with his Blink Stalkers this time around. I have to say, right, the last time, I'm not quite sure who he was facing against. It may have been, trying to think. It could have been Dream. It probably was Dream. Perhaps. That's what I'm thinking right now. But anyway, what it came down to, really, what the point I am trying to make here, is that, yeah, he was doing some weird stuff with the Blink Stalkers. Instead of, you know, as we often see, is they jump forward with the Blink, they get the siege tank, and then they kind of micro away versus the, oh my god, that guy is stuck there. I can't believe it. Anyway, yeah. Alright, so, as I'm saying here, as I'm losing my, my thoughts overall. Little hellion. Yeah, alright, so imagine if there's a siege tank over here. He would, instead of just blink, snipe, take one shot from the siege tank in total. He would, like, try and get himself as close as possible, kind of moving forwards. Shoot the siege tank. Take, like, 2 or 3 shots in the process. Probably lose two, maybe 3 stalkers as well, because there's a bunker shooting at the same time. Gives the other infantry units time to kind of run over there. And then he would use the blink in order to defensively jump away. Now, that is one of the main things, right, that a lot of people always talked about. Always use blink defensively, never offensively. It's always better defensively. Now, that's not entirely true, of course, as we've come to learn, but maybe a little bit too heavy on the forefront of Patience micro that one time. So, very interested to see how he's going to try to do it this time around. We got ourselves a 4 gateway, so should be a good one. Should be quite a bit of harassment here. Already we have the heavy setup though for Cure. He's got a bunker on the high ground here in the main base. He's got a siege tank there. The Raven's there. 2 bunkers at the forefront as well. And, needs to be careful. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Well, gonna lose the observer there as well. Now rotating across. I mean, already I think that was too much damage to take actually on those Stalkers. That's quite rough. I mean, it's unfortunate I did blink into the main base and it was already in siege tank fire. But he did take like 2-3 shots before he actually managed to get himself out of the siege tank range. It was like a deer in the headlights situation, wasn't it? Just kind of staring, being like, alright, what do I do now? Sitting here. Do we go back? Do I go in? I'm not entirely certain. Probably just immediately, as soon as he jumped in, he was like, I want to go back, I want to go back, I don't want to be here. It's kind of what it felt like to me. Ah. Alright, well, anyway, that's a good start there for Cure, but he needs to be wary, of course. I mean, there is a third base here for Patience as well in production. He has started his own third base as well, and one other thing that we need to keep in mind, Dark Templars. Dark Templars that will get themselves the DT Blink upgrade as well, so could be pretty handsome in this situation. We do have a Raven, of course, but there's no missile turrets here, so if this army does move out, and that is when the DTs come in, there we go. Maybe a little bit quicker than I would have liked, but there we are. Should have a scan. Gets them all away. 6 worker kills there. That's a solid bit of damage. Did you ever see these? Yeah, okay, he did. Surprised he hasn't gone over there yet with like a marauder or 2. Alright. More DTs. Wow. Okay, unless if this is something else now. No, it's not. Okay, we're going up to 8 DTs right here. Oh, make that 10. 10 DTs. Interesting. Is it more? Is it more DTs now? Wow. There is that Raven here. He needs to be careful. He's just going to try to snipe the natural. That is an orbital. I mean, if Cure is quick, he can just lift that up. Or is he going to try to just blink right on top of the Terran army here as it's trying to move out? We have seen some plays where DTs were made in order to... oh, he's going to lose the walkers and that's rough. Yeah, but we have seen some plays where the Terran's army movement gets a bit clogged up because of a big DT blink right behind their lines, right? So, for example, if you take a fight over here with Zealots and Immortals and also whatever shindig of Protoss you have, you just suddenly jump right behind the Terran. Can be quite the struggle for them. Okay, DTs will be coming in here. That is a base, of course, that has now been established. Let's see how it goes. Okay, it's gonna target... Oh, well, I guess the SCVs, right? Gets the SCVs. Needs to be careful here. That is a lot of siege tanks on the high ground. Oh my god, he is just going for it. Does this work? Is it? Okay, yeah, I guess it does. I guess it does work. A little bit, although, I mean, this is a problem. This is quite the problem. Back at the home front, he just kind of crumbled. GG is called. That's a game. That's a game indeed. All right, well, some fun effort there from Patience, trying some stuff out. Interesting tactics overall. If he did manage to keep the door at home secure, maybe that would have worked out, right? That could have been pretty cool. Although I'm still not quite sure if it's worth going in with that many DTs. By the way, again, did we not see him really use the blink there for a while, right? It took him a while to get, not with Stalkers this time, but with the DTs to just kind of blink on top of the siege tanks or something else like that. Just snipe away the siege things, and then maybe just try to kite around until the scan runs out, or something like that. Try to get missile turrets. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, it was all falling apart regardless, right? He was most likely not going to win that fight anyway. Although, thinking about it, I mean, if you do get yourself with that amount of DTs on top of the production facilities, right? That could just be a GG move right then and there. That's a check and mate if that happens. But it's such a heavy investment that are you going to be able to still hold the defense as well? Because you have to wait, right? You just have to wait for that actual army to start coming across. Otherwise, your DTs will just run headfirst into a Terran army, and then it's just not going to work out at all. So there should always be an attack coming in as you're doing that. So you need to make sure that you have the stuff required to hold off there as well. So, delicate balance, but it's an interesting one, right? It's definitely an interesting bit of play to think about. Anyway, regardless, the good gamers is bringing us a pink Protoss player. He is Patience. In the bottom right side, we got ourselves a red Terran from the Dragon Phoenix, the Gamers. He is Cure. Still kind of thinking about that previous match. What happens? What could have gone better? Let me make this actually like this. There we go. Hey, that probe. We caught him. We caught him. Well, I guess Cure caught him, and we called Cure catching him. There you go. You guys think I don't do commentary of the game? Ha! Ridiculous. Digging the double Rex opening here from Cure. It's kind of nice to see. Getting the factory after that. It's a bit reminiscent of the triple Rex opening here, so you can try some other stuff as well, right? If you don't get that second gas as early, or you stop mining the other gas for a little bit. You can do the barracks command center and then another barracks. We have seen some people have somewhat of a successful trade with that. The idea is that you just kind of surprise your opponent with a big ball of Marines that do have themselves... actually, they don't always have stimp back, do they? They just kind of waltz in there, either take down a ton of probes, or they try to trade as efficiently as possible against the gateway forces. And the gateway forces in the early game there, I mean, they are quite expensive, and if you lose one of them, it can be quite the hassle, because then you're going to have to spend that gas once again, instead of attacking up as quickly as you would like to. Suddenly you're having to spend all your gas on reacquiring yourself the already acquired units before. The double Reaper here is also kind of funky. Be able to now shut down quite a couple of probes here as he's coming in for the scout. Ooh, okay, got himself stuck between the probes and the gateway forces there, but I mean, let's see what kind of scouting information he actually got. He did not get any, really. Guess he saw the stalkers there with the sentries, so maybe that is going to be enough of an intel. But he did not see the Twilight Council. He did not see the amount of gateways. He really didn't see that much. So, definitely a problem. He didn't even see the natural, right? I suppose you would assume that there is a natural base as Cure, but I mean, by all accounts, there may not be, right? He has no idea. He knows there was no third, just up until this moment. Pew! Alright, so where are we taking this game now for a ride? The stim pack is about to finish up. Yeah, it's the blink again. I mean, let's see if Patience does manage to get something done with the blink stalkers this time around. How many gateways do we have? I think it's 3? Yeah, it is 3. Okay, so still should try to do a little bit of pressure here. A minimal amount, truly. Except for that, a couple of medevacts on the way, so maybe it's going to be a good thing that he's staying at home. Might be able to just intercept this. As the Widowmine as well from the right side will be looking to grab some probes for his breakfast. Not going to work out that time. He can eat a bit of laser fire instead. I'll just have to make do with that. It's a hearty breakfast. Bit too much for him to handle though, it seems. Go to 2 medevacs. More medevacs there still being created. Huh. Yeah, does not look like he even wants to attempt. The scan ahead saw the stalker numbers and he's like, you know what, never mind. You know what I should do? Double down, actually. Go in with 2 more medevacs. But these ones, of course, gonna go from the other side. Should be able to grab himself some opportunities here, perhaps. Be careful. The drop on the left side as well. Did a good scan, seeing whether or not he's in plain sight. Assumes that he is somewhat safe. Getting ready. I mean, look at these stalker numbers here. Ready to intercept these medevacs. Oh, the other medevac does get spotted by the pylon as well, though. So that is rough. No Phoenix here. Well, hallucinated Phoenix. Patience? Patience? Yeah, Patience. I mean, I like his setup here. I don't think he's going to take any damage from these drops. Almost makes you want to think, you're just kind of that curious you're not even attempted at this moment. Bring it back around, put everything together, try to go for a big frontal assault, but at the same time, I mean, it's not going to work because Patience vision's absolutely everywhere. He's doing such a great job at just kind of having vision at this moment in time. Knows about the attack coming through the middle, knows about the 2 medevacs on either side. Would like to see him recreate that spotter pylon right there on the 12 o'clock. Just in case he, you know, there's more medevacs there coming along. Also helps out with just seeing whether or not the other medevac is moving away. Stuff like this, right? He will have to deal with the Marine though, of course. Oh, Dark Templars. Dark Templars again. Alright, didn't work out insanely well the previous time. And Cure here already getting a scout off. With his forces in the middle, seeing that there are DTs on the map, we'll have to start making some preparations. There we go, there's quite the nifty ball of Marauders looking to get themselves some kills on the Colossi. Don't manage to get it, but the Zealot count with the DTs here mixed in as well. A bit too strong for his liking. Will not be able to really get the victory fight that he was looking for, but a small victory nonetheless, since he does manage to pick off 2 of those Colossi. The units that Patience is so far kind of utilizing as the main source of damage. At least he was the previous time, right? Colossi and Zealot Starker armies here. The Zealot Starker is a lot worse than it would be to just have Colossi and Zealot, or Colossi and Starker. definitely has quite the falling off point. Now the DTs though, on the other hand, they may still make life difficult here. Gonna transform themselves into an Archon. Another bit of splash damage, of course. Alright, double medevac drop, looking for some... Oh, wait a moment, we never started extended thermal lance? That never started up until this point? That is quite the rough thing. That's not supposed to happen here. Ooh, there we go. Thought he was going to target down the other stalker, but yeah, that's fine. It's fine. It's alright, you know, you don't have to kill everything all the time. But it's going to get it now. Patient's like, you know what, you probably deserve this kill more than I do. But I also want some kills in return. Two flanks here, full patience going his way. There's of course another drop in the natural base. That is now once again going to continue forwards. Realizing the DTs are there though, and has to move away once more. DT harassment has been, well, not all over the place, but I mean, we have seen DTs all over the place. Nonetheless, they definitely are making life difficult here for Full Cure to do what he wants to and what he needs to. There's his 5th base right now. Does not want to let those sellers just kind of get away from that location here. We'll be able to intercept. Checking if there's more of them. So we do have Patience and Cure on the left side here, kind of looking like they may have a bit of a clash. One observer does get taken out. Okay, no, has to move away once more. Cure's on 200 supply here, a little bit quicker than his opponents overall. But not by a large margin, so the banks will kind of grow at the same pace. It looks like Cure, with the slight advantage, of course. Like his army composition as well, it's brought in a lot of those Vikings. I think the Vikings definitely were missing the previous long game, of course, that we did have. Well, we did started everything with. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Cure, my oh boy! Oh man, that is quite disgusting. Losing your army like that. Okay, a big recall coming in for the right side flank here. Patience will be able to gather up enough to shut this down, and actually immediately on the offensive right now. Will try to hunt down these units. Gets himself another medevac there. Will be able to get the ghost as well. Suddenly Cure in a lot of trouble here. Needs to get his units back all together. Where is the rest of his army? I know there's a big drop in the main base that did go off as well at the same time. That is getting a lot of probe kills right now. Let's take a look. May or may not be maybe handled momentarily here. The command center is on fire. Needs to be saved. And Patience will not be going for the final blow right there. Is going to move backwards. Oh no, he's still coming in, still committing here, blinking further forward. There's a big disruptor shot potential. Just barely not making that connection right there. That's a shame. The drop in the main base did get picked off. Let's see, what did we lose? The robotics bay, that's already getting reconstructed here. There's Patience now. Actually between two Terran armies, kind of. You need to be careful though. I mean, he does not know that this Protoss army is this close to his location as well. Does not have a planetary fortress here just quite yet. Great EMPs though, so overall. Actually, is Cure now going to be the player here, trying to catch his opponent? Alright, bit of a fight already occurring there, coming in from the backside. The Colossi will go down. Now it's just Stalkers here. Suddenly not that much remaining. Two Disruptors still are on that high ground though. They are the saving grace potential. Full Patience to hold the door. Otherwise, this may have already been a foregone conclusion. Looks like Kjör's also kind of spreading out his own units here. Not entirely certain what his plans are, where he wants to take this. Looks like a pylon is going to get taken out in the middle of the map. Interesting. And, oh, no. Patience, patience. I think he took the bait. He expected the army for Kjör to be elsewhere now, but that was just a smaller portion of the army. Immediately stimming forwards here, getting himself that Nexus kill. Very, very well done indeed. Has to be careful. Alright, moving in on the left side as well. Okay, yeah. Kjör doing some nifty bit of micro and positioning here. Gonna take out another base. Brings the base count in his favor right now. It's not something we saw happen that much in game number 1. Which did go into Patience's favor. Patience already having his Stargate count here on the top side of his, well, right now, 4th base. He's gonna lose this base once again. His previous 3rd. Only one Marine being targeted down. Here we go, that's a big battle occurring. A lot of Marauders still left, I'm not sure. Okay, the Zealots are doing a great job tanking, though. Is it enough? I don't think it is. The Stalkers just don't have the firepower. GG is cold. Kjör takes himself game number 3 as well, and will put himself in the lead. Got a pretty long game here by these two. Does not seem like they are afraid of going the long haul. Which is something, you know what, it's quite nice, quite nice. Some great overall positional play there, going back and forth. Truly, one of the matches that I would kind of take as a pointer to kind of show the importance of army positioning and army movements overall, really, right? It seemed like multiple times there, people were slightly overextending, slightly getting themselves into a bit more trouble than they should be in, because, well, great overall, how do you call this, anticipation of army movements of your opponents, and then responding to that with your own solid army movements. So quite a bit of strategy there involved. It's very cool to see. Brings us into game number 4 here. I did not quite see which map is being hosted up. I'm certain we'll see it in a little bit here. As soon as Patience is part of the party once more. We're going to be here all day. Yep, I mean, if it keeps going like this, maybe, yeah. 2 games already with like 20 minutes. We're going to have 11 games. Although we're already in game number 4, right? So that is like an hour. Yeah, we had an hour for 4 games. That would be then like 8 more games-ish, right? So we're on a third. No, we're not, because we still need the 4th game. Hold up. We're on a 4th. We're on a 4th. 1 hour for a 4th. We're going to be here for 4 hours. Alright, alright. Well, anyway. If we keep going like this. Here we go. 1 point. Actually, let's do it like that. And then let's do it like that. There we go. In the bottom left side, we got ourselves the pink Protoss from the awesome gamers. That game good. He is Mr. Patience. Good game gaming. Top right side, the red Terran player fighting for the dragons. Oh, the Phenai and the gamers alike. He is the one and only Kjör. Alright. Again, no proxies here. I wonder if we're going to see a single proxy. I mean, I know Kjör, he is capable of pulling off the proxy now and again. It's not too far out of sight of his spectrum of builds, right? I know he's not somebody that does it on the regular, right? He's no innovation. He's not that severe with his proxies. Try to see precisely what he is planning to do here. Once again, a cybercore before the Nexus for Patience. Playing it very carefully that way. It's kind of the name of the game here so far, right? It's playing it super carefully. Oh, looks like a bunker will be going up here. There is a Reaper on the way, so that could be pretty good. Tap not gonna get the scout off. Maybe able to see the Reaper. Okay, well, does for a moment there, but still shades away. Guess you can't really see that coming, right? Okay, Reaper straight into the main. Little bouncy house castle going on. Okay, Reaper. There we go. Into the bunker. Nice and safe. Cozy and warm. The Adept will actually be able to be a bit of a problem here on the other side as well, to be fair. There's going to be quite the delay on that command center, so... I mean, Cure, I'm not sure if this is worth it overall, right? I'm not sure if you're getting as much value here as Patience is. Because we do still have pro production going on for Patience, whereas for Cure, I mean, he's going to be stuck on just the one base SCV building for quite a while here. Now, a Stalker comes across as well, and that is making things even worse. Shield battery also available, so the shield battery is going to avoid any type of damage being taken right now. The supply depot is on fire. Jeez Louise. Alright, yeah, really am liking where Patience is bringing this so far. Should be able to, with some good micro, get rid of all these Marines as well. Come on! Oh, okay, well, lost the Adept there. But, in the end, not a bad trade, right? Not a bad trade at all. He's mining from his natural. Only now the command center at almost 4 minutes gets completed. That is a very solid thing here for Mr. Patience, and all he's got to do now is kind of be careful of the Widowmines. Is that a fresh Stalker that we just saw waltz in there? I think it was. That's could be a problem. Ooh, more Marines are here. Ooh, great target fire there from Cure. Does lose one of his own boys though as well. Triple gates with the blink. Actually, triple gates in production. We do have already one available, of course, so let's bring us up to a grand total of 4 Blink Stalker gateways. Blink Stalker producing gateways. Will they be able to do what they need to? Said it a couple of times already. I really do see Patience kind of struggle with the offensive with this Blink Stalker. So defensively he does alright, but offensively it just does not seem to be working out all too well continuously for him. Okay, there we go. Widowmine only getting 2 probes in total. Medevac does get out, but that's all she wrote, right? That's all that's going to happen here. Third base gets spotted as well. I think thought that it was still empty. Maybe he was hoping he could put the Widowmine there before the production of it actually started. Gonna lose that Widowmine here. Did get taken out. So that is gonna finally provide some opportunity here for Patience to get his Stalkers across the map, now that those Widowmines are gone. There's the first warp in. 7 Stalkers. 7. Ooh, this is a good opportunity. I mean, if that medevac is going to leave together with the Raven as well, actually, this could be a great opportunity here for Patience. Patience now. There we go. There's an aggressive blink. He'll be able to get himself tucked beneath or behind the SCV line right now. Let's see where else he wants to go. More Stalkers warping into the natural base as well. Being a bit aggressive here. Using blink is kind of defensively overall. Grabbing that refinery. See if he will just jump right on top of it. Yes, he will. There we go. Jumping right on top of the siege tank. Oh, that Raven. What a lucky boy that is. Being able to just barely avoid certain death. One more Stalker shot would have done it. Would have been enough, but... Man, patience. Maybe overstaying is welcome there a little bit. Oh, this is not that great either. Is it going to work out, though? Yes, it is. Needs to get that War Prism out of this location, I would say. At least back in transit mode. It's doing so much economic damage right here, guys. 20 workers going down. I'm not sure if he needed to pull the workers, honestly. I suppose with those zealots there, it would not have been a bad choice. More workers go down. 26 zealots now being warped in once more, just on top of the face of Kjörk here. Nowhere to run to. Those zealots are hot on his tail. 28 workers go down. He does have a drop across the map here, but I'm assuming that will have a warp in soon. Ooh, what? Taps out? Huh. Alright. Alright. Huh. Huh. I guess he didn't have a warp in ready, so he thought, alright, I'm going to lose a lot of probes here. Okay. Alright, alright. I suppose so. I suppose so. He would have lost a lot of probes there, as he did just warp in across in Kjör's space. I'm not sure if he's aware of the amount of damage that he dealt, though. I mean, just the severity of the worker killing that was going on was quite something. I don't know. Maybe a bit premature, right there with the GG. But oh well. He's the pro. He knows what's up. He taps out when he needs to, right? You think he tapped out because he just made a warp in and he saw the drop come into his base, and if he teleported back he would have lost all his advantage anyway? Maybe. I mean, he knew about that drop for a while now, didn't he? I think he just wanted to finish off his opponents, and maybe he was... I mean, he was pretty much all in, right? There is definitely something to be said about that as well. He didn't have any tax to fall back onto, didn't have a Robo Bay, didn't have any Storm, Disrupt, nothing of the sorts. And no Archons even, right? I don't know. Still, I think he may have been able to just kind of run with the probes for a little bit. Try to get one more warp in available to deal with that drop. But, oh well, what you gonna do? Are we having a break here? What's going on? Ah, he's picking a map. That's what's going on. Alright. Picking a map. I mean, yeah. It was still a tricky situation, right? Definitely was. It wasn't the best case right there at all, but to be fair, I don't think it was unplayable. But, oh well. Who am I? Who am I? Sometimes, you know, you can just be in a best of 11, particularly. Probably tapped out because of a best of 11. Yeah, no point in struggling such a game. Bigger chance of recovering in a new game. You start with so many to go. Yeah, I suppose. I suppose that's a good point. Anyway, we're moving onwards. On to the next one. Game number 5, if I'm not mistaken. It's now 2 points behind. He's the pink Protoss from the Good Gaming Games. Good Game Gaming. Good Gaming Games. He is Patience. In the bottom right side, there's the Dragon Phoenix Gamer Man himself. He is the Red Terran. He is a Kjör. The Good Gaming Gamers go game. Go a game. Please write 100 times each evening before sleep. I know what it is, Cynical Death. I know what it is. It's just... I like to mess it up sometimes as well, and then that is started to spill over in me just saying it actually wrong. I like to purposely mess it up, and somehow that has gotten stuck in my head now, just being the way I say it instead. The good guys game, and you know, stuff like that. Alright, but regardless of all of this, we have a engineering bay block, right? And that is going to be a rough one for Patience. We'll need to get himself that zealot. Ooh, very close to completion there. Now with that zealots here. Gonna take a while, of course, to shut that down. And Patience gonna be forced into, well, let's see where he's going to be forcing himself into. Bit of a quick attack route, I suppose. Stargate. Alright, Stargate play. Gonna assume that will be for Phoenixes, seeing how defensively Patience is playing so far. That could be a really good call against the Widowmine pressure coming in for Cure here. Sure, I like the fact that he's playing it safe as well. Command center on the high ground. Previous game, kind of a scary one in a sense. Where he got so much delay, of course, on his command center. Oh, will be Oracle. Alright. Could be Oracle into Phoenixes, of course, still as well. Oracle, a good shout also. Against the Widowmines. I guess Void Race as well, right? But the Phoenix is just like, oh, so good. Interesting. Marine Scout. Don't see that every day. It's going to be able to get in here, though, and actually scout the entire base. This is like one of those moments where if you're Patience, you're like, wait a moment. How did this Marine get here? How in the world did that Marine get there? Oh. I like that Cure is continuously making use of this little nook. The little nugget of positioning there. Nice, nicely done. Alright. Setting up shop on the second base as both these players are right now. And there are the Phoenixes also being produced. Will we have that Widowmine drop though? That's the real question here. Where are the Widowmines? Oh, there they are. They are actually right on top of one another. Protecting the SCV line. That could be scary, actually. If you send two Phoenixes in, drag the Widowmines above the these SCVs here, that could still become quite a bit of carnage. Robo as well will be the Colossi follow-up. Some more reactors, the double tech lab. There we go, that's the upgrades right now. Huh. Did he just dodge the revelation with an SCV? Did he just dodge that? Oh, there's the Widowmines. Bam! Two of those Phoenixes getting punished rather quickly. Gotta leave a sour taste in those, well, other two Phoenixes' mouths. If they do have mouths. I don't think they do, actually. They are Protoss after all. I'm gonna leave a sour taste somewhere in there, somewhat. In there something. Who knows? It is a mystery. Right, the timing is still a little bit off here. We don't have combat shields, and we do not have Stimpak just quite yet. Yet he is right here in front of the base of Patience, kind of announcing that he will be going for an attack here. Widowmine drop. I think that got spotted by the spotted pylon, so it does not want to continue on that route. There we go. There's the Stimpak now coming in, trying to get the cancel on that third base. It's gonna be, yeah, there we go. It's gonna be forced. We'll have to recreate this now with his shield battery here. Got to be a bit more confident in his play or his positioning. Maybe put those adepts a little bit further forwards. Doubt that it's going to get cancelled again, right? Right? I'm not sure. Let's see, actually. Yeah, it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. That is too much Protoss right there. You are not going to break that open. Together with the force fields as well. You need some ungodly amounts of damage with those Widowmines right here. Good effort of trying to come in at a later point in time. Of course, that would delay more overall, well, time, and would delay it further before you actually have that third base available. If you have to cancel it again when it's halfway done with the production. Interesting. It's gonna go with 3 medevacs, who knows? Alley-oop. There we go. Yeah, he is. Alright. Just had to wait for the other 2. Still 3 medevacs here on the top side as well. Looking to make life difficult for those Phoenixes. They are gonna have to be in 2 places at once, it seems. Nice bait there with the Cyclone, trying to lure those Phoenixes out to try and get it, and then just stim underneath with the Marines. Good effort there by Cure, but not quite working out. Would have been a good bait. In come the 3 medevacs. Does he know about the spotter pylon? He does know about it. So yeah, he's just gonna drop right now, right here, beforehand, and go in to take care of that pylon. See if there's a base here. There's no base here at all, so we'll just bang away at that pylon and then just be okay. Cyclone finally does get picked off. I think that was the Cyclone actually getting. No, actually, there's still a Cyclone there. Alright. Ooh, this could be big. Oh, that's a lot of probes still going down right there. 6 to 11. That is another shot coming down, and that is the 3 medevacs right now. Ooh, just barely being able to stop that from being a catastrophe as well. As Cure is making life difficult for Patience with the overall bombardment. All the units going left, right, and center. Every which way where Patience is the weakest, that is where he's going to find his most opportunistic efforts. Some great control from Cure so far, though. He's going to start heading backwards on that left flank, and immediately, of course, on the on the right flank and on the left flank. That is where he's making his move. That's where he's going to move forwards. And oh, actually, wow, already here with the other drop as well, though. To be fair. Great bit of army movement here again by Cure. I really do enjoy watching this kind of play from him. Another Widowmine going to be settling in that location. I mean, the main base actually completely out of probes right now. They are having trouble. He's going to lose the Nexus as well. I mean, this is definitely some trouble. That is growing to ridiculous proportions right now. More Widowmines will be settling in here. More probes have to be pulled away, and GG once again going to get called. And that's a game number 5 going into Cure's favor. Well done, well done. Cure doing a good job there. That was really cool to see. Just even with like on the right side, he got the revelation spell on top of him. He was going in on the left side, but still, he saw those Phoenixes on the right side. Kind of predicted, or just kind of gambled, perhaps, being like, alright, well, it's not guaranteed that those Phoenixes are going to stay there. You may anticipate me coming in on the left side as well, so let me just try to do both at the same time, regardless. And then on one side, I am bound to find myself the area without those Phoenixes coming into my direction. Oh, Chiganatha. Didn't we start off on Chiganatha as well? Am I crazy? What game did we start off on? Can I see this still? Is it too late? It's not too late. No, it was Pillars of Gold. Okay, yeah. No, we finished the previous time actually on Chiganatha. That's right. Zest was parting. Alright. Okay, so what do we still have left map pool wise? Chiganatha, that is going to be Lightshade. Lightshade we've done. Oxide we've done. Submarine, Pillars of Gold, Romanticide. Which one am I forgetting about? So what I'm forgetting about? Death Aura. Death Aura, that's the final map then. Thank you, Cynical Death, also coming in. That's right, so that will be map number 7. But right now, we still have Chiganatha. Alright, so that puts Cure on... What's it? Yeah, that's 4 points. 4 points already. I mean, man, looks like he wasn't too far off being able to get a reasonable clean sweep here so far, right, with this momentum. Winning 4 out of 5 games, not bad. Not bad. Unfortunately, this man did take game number 1, and with it, did ensure that he's not going to go down 11-0. Let's see if he will be able to get himself some other points on the boards here. He's the pink Protos from Good Game Gamers. He is. Patience. Good Game Gaming Gamers. And in the bottom left side, we got ourselves the red Terran player from the Dragon Phoenix Gamers as well. So many gamers here. It's crazy. It's crazy. He is pure. That's why I like the Afrika Freaks. Instead of going with the way that everyone's going, right? Just call your team the Freaks. Sure. That's pretty cool. That's why we call the Alpha X, actually the Alpha X Stallions. That is the new name that we're coming up with right now. The Alpha X Stallions. Alright, does have a ring to it. I'll be the head stallion, of course. I guess we'd all have to be Italian to really make it ring. But we can move that. We can put a gaming house up there and then really look into this a little bit deeper. We're still working out the details, obviously, because I just came up with it overall, but shouldn't take too long before we have that all settled. Alright, so there we go. Okay, it's a 2-1-1 with the command center on the low ground. And a Patience doing, oh, a sentry first. Don't see that every day. Probably just for scouting, right? I would assume. Oh. Twilight Council coming up again here for Patience. Yeah, I think the best bet here for Patience would be just to go for the triple gates Stalker with Blink. Maybe even 2 gate, which is what we see from Zest at some times. And then get yourself that 3rd base that way. And another thing, probably, like, he's taking so much damage from drops. Would it be too bad for him to put down 1 or 2 cannons here and there? Would that be worse than just kind of the damage that he's taken continuously? Even with Phoenixes, right? I mean, we saw that drop play continuing the harassment even when there were Phoenixes, so makes you wonder. Oh boy. Hold that thought for a moment here. Oh dear. Oh my. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not good. That's not going to be good. Oh, that's another shot. 9 workers. That worked out rather nicely, didn't it? Jeez Louise, cure. Alright, well, anyway, it's also part of the map, I suppose, right? Because on a map like Giganotha, it's not going to be as likely of a situation because there's some more dead space over here. Overall, it's going to be more difficult for the medevacs to kind of run across and then be like, oh, no, there's Phoenixes, let me go back, and then, you know, this is where they die before they can unload those units. Lightshade is a bit closer together with the main base and the dead space right there. It's not as much. It's not as much. So the natural base, I suppose, right? If you do start dropping from here to here, and keep going back and forth, it's a lot easier for the Protoss to kind of rotate around and come in on this location, right? Start denying you the retreating pathway. On Lightshade as well, that's another thing, right? In Lightshade, you have like this big clump of, well, stuff in between your second and your third base. So it's harder to rotate. That's the War Prism, by the way. Gonna grab ourselves the Colossi tack after this, I would assume. There we go. Secret Agent Stalker Man. He's got 4 of them. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I kind of saw that coming, didn't we? Oof. Oof. Well, all right. That's a stinker, isn't it? That is. Oof. So, I'm not even sure how to put this, guys. That could very well be GG right here now because of him losing that War Prism. That easily. Oh god. All right. Well, here we go. 2 siege tanks. Yeah, Kyr's not gonna let any grass grow over this situation. We'll immediately jump on the opportunity here. It's gonna shut down the Robo facility. The Robo facility. And yeah, that's just a rough position to be in right now. Patience gonna have to figure something out here. It's gonna lose the shield battery. That's a big deal as well. Really needed that actually. Stalker's coming and rotating around. We'll try to intercept. Do find some opportunities here. There's the recall trying to deal with this army right now. But the army now on top of the Colossi, of course. Oh, boy. Alright, well, GG. GG, just like that. Oof. Oof. That's a rough one. That is a rough one indeed. Those Stalkers in the War Prism. Those poor little bastards. Ah, man. And then the recall as well, having the Colossi come on the other side. That is rough. That is rough indeed. I'm not sure how else he could have done that, really, after losing that War Prism. I just think he got himself too far behind. You need to actually keep that stuff going, right? You need to keep that harassment going. You're not allowed to let your opponent to just leave his entire base unattended, right? And another thing, those Stalkers they're also supposed to actually deal damage, right, onto the army units, not just, you know, SCV kills. Absolutely great. But I always feel like the priority there is taking out a siege tank here and there, right? Taking out a Raven or a Medevac, Marauders or Marines that are just on the loose. It's never a bad thing, but anyway, we are in game number 7 territory here. Let's see what happens. In the bottom right side, we got ourselves a pink Protoss player. If he still wants to gain the upper hand in this series, if he still wants to have more victories than his opponent, this is where he needs to make it work, right? This is where he needs to make the comeback happen. He needs to win 5 games in a row. That is unheard of. Except for in best of 9s. Sometimes we see it happen there, right? The reversal sweep. Anyway, regardless. In the bottom right side, the pink Protoss from the Good Game Gaming Gamers. He is Patience. He's a bit of a gamer himself. Another gamer, actually, in the top left side right there. He's also from a gamer kind of gathering of gamers. But this one's the Dragon Phoenix Gamers. He is Mr. Cure. He's a gamer. Oh, that's a big spell, Magnetics. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not sure what spell that is. How did that happen? Is that just 3 overall on fires? I don't know. Is that something new? Oh, that's another one. Jeez Louise, thank you, my man. Much appreciated. Brings us to the forefront of the thingamajig. You're welcome. Thank you. Pretty cool. It's like a Trovo wizard over here joining us today. Alright, he did see that bunker go up. Yes, he did. He's not going to bother actually trying to get rid of that SCV. He's just going to continue onwards with the mining. It looks like Q actually seeing that it got scouted, I believe. So won't even try anymore. It's pretty good actually. So he forces out that shield battery for no reason. Reaper. Okay, just get out. Thought that was gonna be it there for that Reaper. And the SCV also manages to get an escape going. Didn't think that, like, honestly, didn't think either of these units were gonna stay alive in that situation, but the Stalker not his lucky day, it seems. Reaper about to be ready to go in for round 2. Nice, just in time. Electric Boogaloo, there we go. We'll be able to see the Twilight Council. Pew, 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 pew. Alright, actually really doing a good job kind of negating the Stalker there. For a long time. Wants to get that final shot. Does not quite get it before he reaches the shield battery there. Guess the shield battery is still working out. Still providing a bit of cover there. Again, the blink upgrade is on the way here. Again, we're going to go up to 3 gates, I believe. Maybe a 4th one still in the making. Just to keep our eye out. That is a probe looking to do something here. No, it's going to be the Robo. Alright. He did bring a probe across as well. Wow, how did Q know that was going to be a probe involved? It's going to set back up in the ground, but those 3 Stalkers actually now having a field day here where there's no bunker available. There we go. Patience finding some damage with those Blink Stalkers here. It's going to take a while before he has Blink, unfortunately, so he won't be able to really put any further pressure here. Only if he had another probe along with him. Set off those Widowmines. And Q knows that he is he's in a safe place. We'll be able to just kind of get that that medevac filled up with Marines moving towards the opposing main base. That is fully exposed right now. Although the Stalkers are coming back around, so we'll be here to defend somewhat. Actually warping in more Stalkers, in fact. It's like both these players know exactly what their opponents are about to do before they actually do it. So very impressive. Alright, here we go. There's that medevac. He's gonna just go for it, but we'll have to hit the brakes very quickly here and go back around. Nice adjustments caused that full cure. Immediately an observer just gonna put on top of that medevac right now. Alright. We're gonna see the push out now for cure. I think we are. Wonder if he's gonna try to bring this medevac back along with the offensive. I mean, it's a good moment to try, right? I don't think he's just trying to secure a third base. It could be the case, really, but I mean, well, maybe with the Stalkers here, actually. Yeah, he's gonna have to go back. A great blink into the main base here. Patience. Finding himself some great stuff with those Stalkers, and sure, he doesn't quite get the siege tanks or anything like that, but he gets a Widowmine. I think he got like a Marine. He forces this entire push to kind of stick backwards. A massive stim coming out there as well, which is putting all these Marines in the yellow together with the Marauders. And there's no medevacs out just quite yet, so you're maybe gonna have to reconsider whether or not he wants to apply any pressure here while he's establishing the third base. I was assuming that he would. Maybe as soon as those medevacs are out, he's still gonna make an attempt here, but I don't know. Alright, yeah, that's the scan overhead. We'll see if there's something looking at him. I'm still assuming he's going to start moving out here, right? Although the army supply, look at that. That's not in his favor, is it? He's not going to be able to hit the timing before this, the Colossi have extended to him alongside us. So maybe it's better if he just stays home. Let's go for another timing at another point. Being super careful with that drop. I absolutely love that. It's something that Patience continuously has to keep a check on, right? I mean, for Patience, it's like, well, I guess if he has the Stalkers here patrolling, it's not as important, but he's the player that is continuously having to check the minimap, like, is he already moving? Is he already moving? Is he already moving? And if he misses it, that's a bomber, and Cure can just let that sit there and then sometimes be like, alright, well, can I get in? No, alright, well, we'll come back around later. Doesn't have to put in as much effort with figuring out what's going on here. And, okay, well, 3 Zealots. We managed to get 3 SCVs. Do have an observer spotting out the entire movements of the siege tanks right now. 2 more siege tanks coming in as well. Maybe a little bit far away, but alright, here we go, here we go. Continuing onwards, another siege tank coming in as well. More Marines and Marauders also. It's a big stim. Oh, wants to get that, there we go. Observer, there is another observer right here that he doesn't know about. Could also be a bit of a problem. That is, that is also definitely a bit of a problem. Oh, the medevac actually, did that see the Zealots? I don't think it did. As it's not rotating around. Here we go. That's a ton of Zealots, but a reasonable amount of bio as well available. Looks like that will be enough to keep that Zealot run by from happening. As Cure just kind of sitting here in the middle of the map, being like, all right, well, this is my territory now. You're not gonna get this, and it's like, all right, well, never mind. Actually, I don't think it's worth it. Yeah. Interesting. It's nice that he didn't try to make something work that very possibly would not work at all. Oh, that's a lot of probes going down here. The Marines finally finding something. Also a recall and a warping being forced out on that main base. So this could provide an opportunity for these forces. Oh, that disruptor shot absolutely gigantuan. That is massive right there. Very, very disgusting. Cure, you may as well just turn around right now. Because that is a bunch of that Marines and Marauders. Still going to sit around here. Still going to try to make this work. That's a little probe there, but I don't think the probe saw this. Enough Stalkers to make Cure reconsider if he wants to or not go for that big Doom drop. Decides not to, and will try to reposition his siege tanks here. A little bit closer towards that third base. More Zealots running in as well from the other side. Ooh, good force fields once more. Let's take a look at that Zealot run in here. Where is the reinforcements for Cure? There we go. Needs to get on top of this. Only 5 workers go down. That is acceptable, I suppose, but Patience is kind of running away with this game right now. He's already going for a 5th base as the 4th base for Cure is still in production here. Also, I feel like Cure should consider quite seriously not continuing onwards here. I'm going to try to get that. I think he doesn't have scan energy right now. And there we go. Does manage to get that Observer knocked out. This could be a great fight for Patience. If he does commit here, will commit. Blinking forward. The Zealots coming in from the backside as well. And that is a dead Terran army there on the other side of the map. Did kind of overstay its welcome for quite a long time there. Significant portion. Cure maybe not feeling as secure to actually move out there, of course. Multi-pronged harassment now for Patience here. Could be a thing. I say harassment, more so like just straight up the will to pillage and destroy everything here. Those Zealots coming in from the backside with the army of Protoss here on the left side as well. Could be quite the handful. Seeing this army here. With the Observer well positioned. Gonna get a good glimpse. Patience gonna cut off a portion of those Zealots right now. I think this is the time when you should be looking into dropping, right? I think this is the time. Patience a little bit far forwards. Doesn't have to be with a lot either, just like 1 or 2 medevacs. Let's try to force Patience away from your side of the map here. You do run in the threat of just flying over those Stalkers, of course, that are across everywhere in the map right now, but still. It does not seem like a good idea to just kind of let Patience gobble up all the resources on the map here. Look at the amount of bases that he's getting. Look at the infrastructure that he's setting up for it. He is not looking to lose this game anytime soon. He is just gonna contain his opponents on the 4 bases. Be absolutely fine with this. That's the Shadow Stride. Shadow Stride upgrade. That's the DT blink for those of you who did not know. And we are actually gonna be able to get a pretty good connection onto that planetary fortress, but moves away before he actually gets the deciding blow. Maybe anticipating that the disruptors there would have been able to clean it up. Otherwise, probably, like, it was not impossible for him to keep those Immortals shooting at the planetary as well for a little bit here. Definitely would have been an option, but he's not gonna try. I mean, he doesn't have to, right? He really doesn't even have to. He was just losing some overall supply, I suppose, in order to set up shop with the fleet beacon, the Stargates. And, I mean, he has the money to spend anyway, regardless. Now I'm going to try to make some ploys and plans happen with those DTs. Is this spotted? I don't think it is. Yeah, there's 3 medevacs filled up to the brim. That are... Ooh, not going to see that base over here. Sorry, I pressed spacebar as well. Yeah, that is not a base he sees. Alright, a big attack onto the front side. Siege tank's still pretty good at holding off a Protoss army in a tight choke. Now we are to look at all those cannons going to work. That is magnificent. Patience trying to make sure that there's no retreating here for these units. Alright, just lets them be for now. That's fine. That's fine. How many gateways do we have? Warp gates. 14. That is going to be a quick reinforcement here. As soon as he loses any part of his army, he has 14 gateways ready to kind of reimburse himself. Put him back up into a great position army-wise. I see he's grabbing all those upgrades now as well for the air units. He's doing double air upgrades here. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, he's moving back, right? Yeah, he is. Look at that. Double cyber core upgrades. You don't see that every day. Ooh, get some medevac there as well. Insane amount of cannons. A couple less over here. But oh, the DTs. They're actually not even jumping away. They're just blinking further on top of these units. Very cool to see. It's just like, you know what? I could blink away from the scan, but why the hell would I? Alright. There we go. There's the potential solution to every problem in the world, of course. It will be the nuclear bomb. Let's see if it's going to be working out this time around. Ooh, gotta be careful. Disruptor's pretty good against those Thors as well, of course. Very big, slow, bulky units that are hard to really make anything to work with. But with this fifth base on the way here for Cure, that does mean that it's going to be spread thin, and once again, the Protoss will be able to kind of take that momentum here. Does not want to lose that siege tank though. That's unfortunate. He's losing a lot of those siege tanks continuously. It's going more and more heavy into the Thors. I kind of like that overall because he does know, it appears, about the he knows about the carrier transition here coming in, so he's already prepping his army to start being ready to deal with that type of a transition. Big attack coming in here. Good EMP, but will it be enough? Only 2 Thors here, and there's 2 Immortals with all those Stalkers together. Yeah, Patience just kind of not pushing his luck too far, but okay, siege tanks do stay alive. We do not have a planetary there just quite yet. That is a shame. So the Zealots will be able to take out, what was that, 5-6 siege tanks? Army over Cure once again on the right side now, as the left flank will be the place to be. Immortals, Stalkers all coming in. That is a big disruptor shot. Will not be able to connect onto the bio, but it does not even have to. Cure's army, surely it's getting beefier and bulkier with those Thors, but it's also quite slow now, making life very difficult for the Terran man himself, who's just continuously hemorrhaging units here. There's a single DT that is just standing right there. There we go, does manage to get that. That was the ticket here for Patience, to continuously poke in exactly at the wrong time, in the wrong place for his opponents. This is such a weird back and forth. Gonna do some long distance mining instead, I suppose. We do have a planetary here now. 3 carriers though, that may be enough to break this. It's only a single missile turret and what, 4 Marines with a Ghost? Not gonna be it, is it? It's not gonna be it at all. That's a big recall actually. It's gonna be in time. Gets most of his stuff away out of there. Look at that bank available for Patience. That is nuts. Marines, there we go. Just target them down with those carriers. The carrier is still shooting the Marauders here quite a bit as well. Bit surprised about that. 1 kill, 2 kill, 4 kills. That is uncommon. For +2 air weapon carriers. Interesting. Oh. Okay, that's one way to open up some supply. Here comes the army of the Terran. I mean, it is 120 army supply strong right now, guys. Sure, Cure never quite managed to get his economy going, but he did manage to get himself into quite the army composition here. Ooh, losing 2 of those Thors. Those Thors are crucial to take out those take out the carriers here. DT's blinking right on top of the siege tanks. Will they be able to just absolutely annihilate those? It's going to lose the DTs as well, but he does not give a hoot. He's got so much money, he's swimming in it. Actually, you know what? We really should look at this as well. Oh, look at that. That is nuts. 2k for pretty much 10 minutes here. Well, around the 2, between the 1 and the 2k difference in income here. Still needs to respect this Terran army, though, of course. I mean, that is one quick way to perhaps lose a game like this. You have like 1 or 2 big warp-in rounds available, and then that is going to be it, pretty much. Nice shield battery overcharge is going to help out quite nicely. But I think we may have ourselves a base here. That is going to go down 2 bases, in fact. And all of a sudden, Cure may... Oh, wait a moment. Oh, wait a moment. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Cure may be in a bit of trouble. What is being warped in right there? It's just a big ball of stalkers, it seems. The mothership does remain alive as well. That makes life even more difficult here for Cure, whose production facilities are now in absolute disarray. Patience will be able to shut down the siege tanks here on the right side. That flank has been secured as well. The next side, both of them still standing. And the army in the main base actually does get mopped up. So, not as big of a deal there as it could be. But, there we go. GG still called. Cure knows he's seen the amount of bases available there for Patience. He knows he's been defeated. We'll have to tap out and give this one to Patience. So yeah, Patience there. Well done indeed. Well done indeed. Gets himself another victory. Right, second one. Second victory. Now 3-point difference still between these two. And you know what? If he does want to win, he needs 4 more victories like that in order to accomplish it. Does seem like Patience is kind of taking the games in the later parts, right? Takes more control, and it's just more suited to his playstyle. His playstyle being just grabbing a ton of those nexuses everywhere, and just have a ton of money, right? Have a ton of money. And then just keep warping in stuff. Who cares about you wasting, like, what, 12 DTs into probably the entire Terran army? Who cares? Who cares at that point? I guess you can't do it, like, 6 times, right? That's when you're gonna get into trouble, but... Otherwise, he could do so much in that situation. I mean, it's still a rough patch over here. Will either of these players start having some fatigue? They've already been going for about 2 hours right now, and we still got quite a bit to go, right? We're in game number 8, and we still need, what is that? It's like 8, 9, 10, and 11. That's 4 more games right there. Whew. Whew. Yeah, looks like there may be some fatigue kicking in here for Cure. If this is a sign for that, of course. Will the probe scout for it? He will not. It's just a single barracks, though, to be fair. It looks like it will just be the Reaper opening here for Cure. Anyway, regardless. Top left side, the good gaming. Patience. Think Protoss. Bottom right side, the Dragon, Phoenix, Gamers, Mr. Cure. Immediately gonna go scout around this area here. We'll see the barracks. There we go. Good enough. It's gonna scout over there as well. It seems no, it's gonna come back around. He's like, alright, no, never mind, I found it. Ooh, and an engineering bay block. Spicy. Oh. Also kind of spicy. Putting a pylon in the wall there for Cure. And gonna let it finish as well. Is he planning to just get aggressive here? I mean, he does have a Zealot. It would help out the Zealot quite a bit. Oh, nice movement there on that Zealots, right? Predicting the movements of the Reaper there as well. Reaper realizing if he moves in over here, it's going to be a bit tricky to get out. Stalker almost ready. It's going to take the banner here. We'll take charge of that Reaper. Reaper has to leave, of course. Stargate's on the way for patience. Interesting. There we go. The pylon does get taken out, so that wall will be completed here. Did Cure ever see that Stargate? I don't think he did. No clue about that one. Could be a scary moment in time, although we do already have a Cyclone on the way here. Cure making the right steps necessary to defend against something like this. Barracks will fly back around. So yeah, the proxy Stargate shouldn't get too much work done. Now, to be fair, that proxy Barracks didn't either really get too much done, right? He got one probe. Well, I guess he's not in a bad spot by any stretch of the imagination. He still has the Reaper. He's got a second base on the way a bit sooner than that of the Protoss. He's got the tools that he needs to actually hold off against the Oracle attack. And yeah, I mean, overall, pretty darn solid. I'm not sure what the Oracle is planning to do here. Is he looking for like Hellions or Reapers? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, he's got Stalkers at home ready to defend. Oh, there we go. I mean, he gets them, right? That's something. When's the last time he checked the natural base here for Cure, actually? I'm not entirely sure. Alright. What's the plan B here, patience? What are we going for? Another gateway? Blink upgrade? Here. It's got the 3 racks. And starports with the factory coming in. Single siege tank only available, so this could be a bit of trouble for him. Having to deal with the Blink Stalkers. Now, we haven't seen Patience be too successful just quite yet with the Stalkers, so maybe this one will be a bit different. Army supplies looking alright. He's going to be able to use the Revelation here quite efficiently as well. We'll be able to see that there's nothing in the main base here. Should make his way through, or is he going to try to lure the Marines and the Cyclones this way? And go in for the main pick right there on the siege tank. Let's see if he jumps in. Yes, he does. Will be able to get it. Needs to get himself to safety now. Ooh, does get the bunker as well. Maybe the bunker was a bit too much, but he gets out of there still. With some of his units, right? Losing a couple as well, but still. Nice blink micro. There we go. Starting to trade pretty good against those Marines. They don't have combat shield just quite yet. They don't have the +1. In they go. The Stalkers just jumping right on top of this. I'm not sure if I like that aggressive blink right there. That may have been a bit too soon. It's a delicate dance that you need to do with your Blink Stalkers. And, well, this is not the right way, unfortunately. Patience there on the verge of breaking Cure entirely, but Cure with a quick pull off the SCVs and more reinforcements coming in. Was able to shut this down now. Another very aggressive blink here right on top of the army. A lot of marauders here. GG is called, and just like that, Patience. And again, not quite finding what he needs to with those Blink Stalkers. That was something else. That was an unfortunate turn of events there for Patience and his forces. Just gonna have to see what happens in the next one, huh? I guess so. I guess so. So already we do have ourselves the 6 points now for Cure, which would make him the winner if this was a best of 11. But we should be going for the entire thing, right? All the games here. There we go. Oxide. So yeah, we still have what is it? 3 more games. 3 more games right now. Not bad. Still at 1/4 to go now. It is kind of, yeah, I guess we did the previous one, well, 2, yeah, that's about half of it overall. Yeah, we kind of sped it up a little bit right there. A couple of shorter games instead of the 20-minute slugfest that was going on at the start. So yeah, we should be good to, I think we should be on schedule here to finish before the dream hacks and such start, of course, which will be later on this afternoon, which should be pretty darn solid as well. Here we go, guys. Game number... What game is this? GG, well played. Ah, man. Thank you. Thank you, Gengar. Alright. Alright. Let me put up the scores. There we go. 2 points on the board so far. Will he be able to get some more? Mr. Pink Protoss, Mr. Patience from the Good Game Gaming guys. In the bottom left side, we got ourselves the Red Terran. Fighting for the Dragon, fighting for the Phoenix. But mostly, fighting for the gamers. He is Cure. Yeah, very sick there, Gengar, by the way. Much appreciated, buddy. Glad to have you here. Let's see what these players are doing. I've not talked about the Mecherino that much either, have I? Come to think about it. Yeah, if you haven't already, there is the Mecherino. Exclamation mark Mecherino. Brings up the link. Brings up the code. Put in your heart into the StarCraft 2 scene. Give these boys the dough that they deserve. Alright, starting off with that Marine here. Probe is going to start looking for that blockage of the command center. Just wanting to make it look regular, right? Like nothing else is going on there. Not quite being able to be super successful with it, unfortunately. Just going to have to recalibrate a little bit here. Those racetracks on sand? Are those, like, you know, this, are they called drift marks? Skid marks? Is that how they are called? Crazy. Crazy that you're able to do that on sand. Never realized before. Maybe there's, like, some stone underneath. Alright, well, regardless, I'm getting distracted here. Focus, goes in, focus. What are we doing? Where are we bringing this one, Patience? He's making a Twilight Council once again. I mean, the Blink Stalkers, I don't think they've worked out all too often, so hopefully he's not going to get too aggressive with them. I don't think that is where his strength lies. It's more so in that later game with the just having a ton of money kind of parts of the game. Starport's being proxied as well, of course. It's going to be an easy access for the Hellions there, flying from that area. Going to be a lot shorter distance and should arrive way before the blink upgrade is completed here. Actually, together with that sentry as well, I would assume this could be quite the difficult situation here. 4 Hellions in total, already prepped and ready to go. In comes the medevac. Let's see how this works out here. Oh, there's no scouting information here either. Has no idea that this is going on. Stalkers are moving into the Reaper Cliff, but still quite difficult to make anything work there. 5 workers already go down. Oh, careful. That is 10 workers right there. Make it 12. And, yep, that is just a GG instantly. Patience taps on out of their cure once again. Bringing us one hell of a bit of harassment. Jeez. Yeah, that is rough as well. Oh, a couple of times now where it's like Patience just getting knocked out quite quickly. 2 more games, right? Yeah, we'll have 2 more games. We'll see what happens in those last 2 games, of course. Patience not really having a lot of fortune with it so far. Let's see. I think they're trying to figure out what maps are still available. As we are in the second cycle, of course, of games. Will be Light Shade. Light Shade. Cure and Patience. The nice thing about these, like, just play 11 games kind of series is that you do see the kind of the differences in playstyle, right? And the how people develop during kind of like a big practice session, right? How they make adjustments, how they try to incorporate the opponent's playstyle in their own playstyle. And honestly, I don't feel like we've had too much of that overall. Maybe some tiny adjustments here and there, but it does seem like both players are just kind of doing the standard kind of stuff. Doing their regular kind of plays, right? Not deviating too much from it in order to accommodate their opponents, which makes sense as well, I suppose. But I have to see. Cure versus test. I'm not sure what we're doing here. Waiting for the game to start. Cure saying go go. Patience is not saying go go. Okay, there we go. Bit of Korean chatter in the chat. I mean, it needs to happen as well, right? Inu always procuring us a bit of the Korean gamers here to join in with the events, and got to be a bit of friendly banter now and again as well if they want to come back for us, right? At some point. Anyway, Cure and Patience continuing onwards. Oh, it looks like we got the battle reports. Oh, nice. Did we have that the entire time? Did we have that the entire time? Let me see. I hope not. Well, anyway, we got it now. We know we got it now. We'll be able to use it if I don't forget about it. The bottom right side. The pink Protoss fighting for the good gaming generation. He is Patience. The red Terran in the top left side. DPG Cure. Alright, well, one of the really nice things here as well is that we won't have that weird situation where one player reaches 10 games and I'll have to figure out how to put the scoreboards onto 10 games, right? Something nobody's ever been able to do. Unless if you do it with, like, magic, right? Also, like, this thing over here, right? Not part of the actual thing. This right here, right? That is just something I put in OBS because there's no way to make that happen in StarCraft. Wait a moment. Let me open this up a little bit bigger. Actually, it needs to go top side, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. Alright, wasn't quite in the middle. You guys, very too kind to me. Ignoring that for my sake, jeez. Would have driven me crazy if I knew about that. Almost madness say that we should redo the entire series here now. Guys, I had one bit of the overlay not quite properly set up. I think we may have to do all these games again. Restart the stream, restart it. We're back to square one, guys. I'm sorry. Still had the cap on the camera here. We weren't recording at all. Do they get cash per game one, or as technically Cure has already won? He has already won technically. I do believe that it is about being able to just, you know, still get some cash per game as well. I do believe. I could be wrong on this. Let me see. Yeah. 20 bucks for each map win. That's right. 20 bucks. So, you know what? Win a game, win 20 bucks. If you get a clean 11-0 victory, you'll be able to get yourself 300 bucks in total. You get a bit of a bonus there. I like to do the noises now and again, guys. Oh, Patience gonna find this. Oh my god, he doesn't. No, you did. No, you didn't. Patience, no. Patience. Well, that's rough. That is just quite rough indeed. Oh, even losing the probe now. Ugh. Okay, well. Okay, well, I'm not gonna call doom just quite yet. I mean, a lot of stuff can still happen in favor for Patience here. He is going to make a full wall of trying to deny those Hellions an entry point. So that's kind of nice to see. Of course, this is going to be the real kicker right here. I think those Banshees coming in consistently. We have... Well, actually, Patience, is he making a robo? Yes, he is. Okay, that's a good thing. How many gateways are we on? We are on the 2 gateways so far. Okay, so I'm also going with the style of Zest here. Might be aiming to get himself that quicker third base, and I think that's a good call, because so far, I mean, Patience, he's won 2 of the bigger macro games. It's usually, whenever he loses, it's gonna be before that big end game, where things are just kind of unraveling for him and falling apart. You're gonna wait for a second Banshee as well. Could be good. There's also a forge ready right now. So, I mean, he could theoretically start building cannons, but don't think he will. I'm also gonna get himself the upgrade, of course. Observer, do we already have one available? We do. That is with the Stalkers there, so that's a really good positioning there. Good foresight there for Patience. It's going to get the other Observer on the other side, near the natural base, so you should be completely prepared for this. In comes Patience. 2 Banshees, very early on with the cloak. They are not going to get anything done. No, sirree. Doesn't lose one of them either, though. That is a good call. And now he just has those 2 Banshees stuck in no man's land. They are pinning down a couple of those Stalkers overall, so maybe this will be a good opportunity for the ground forces to make their way across. The Observer saw Patience a little bit slow on the uptake here. Now, only now kind of going about their business. Okay, yeah, he has seen this now, so that is good. Siege tanks coming in. We need to have the repair on that Banshee. There we go. That's a really good call, actually. Now with the Banshees and the Siege tanks here, he's gone up to 3 Banshees. He's still making more Banshees, by the way. Very cool to see the Siege tanks encroaching on this position. There we go. There's the Observer going down. Need to still have those... where are the other Observers? Oh boy. Oh boy. That is a big depowerment. Oh, their shield batteries are gone. In we go. That is not a fight you want to be taking here at all whatsoever. Target fire on the siege tank. GG is cold. Cure there. Turning the game around. This is like, alright, let me do some aggression. You know what? That's not quite working. Let's just put everything together and slap the front door wide open. And well done indeed. Cure getting himself another victory. Another $20 straight in the pocket right there. And that leaves us with one game left, guys. One game left. Definitely did pick up the pace here after a while. Let's see, we started off on Pillars of Gold, 24 minutes. Then we had a match of 9 minutes, 16 minutes, 7, 10, 7, 22, 7, 4, and 6. I mean, yeah, definitely picking up the pace here. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Which maps do we still have left? It's gonna be Giganatha. Doesn't matter, regardless. I think we still had another Death Aura in there, right? I think so. Let's see, we have Death Aura available. We have Romanticide would still be available. Pillars of Gold is still available. I think that's about it, together with Giganatha, of course. Alright, anyway, going for Giganatha. It's a big map. A lot of macro can happen here. Hopefully for Patience, that is where this game will go, because that is where he has found his most fortune so far in this best of 11. We need a better word for this, like 11 match series. Is that the 11 match series right here? I think that would be better, right? And 8. Game number 11. We have arrived in the bottom left side. We got ourselves a pink Protoss fighting for the gamers. That do the good gaming. The good gaming gamers. He is Patience. In the top right side, not so much good, but still a dragon and a phoenix, which is pretty intimidating. Gamers in gaming. He is Cure. Alright, lovely, 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 lovely. Quick little probe scooting around across the map. Gonna try to find himself some information here. Gonna try to delay that barracks as well. It's quite the early probe. Just don't want to get proxied, it seems. So far, Cure once again playing the safe game. Oh, sorry. It's gonna come back around with another SCV. As Patience is gonna go for the Nexus before the Cybercore. Like it, like it. Keeping all those SCVs quite busy. And has to get away. Natural base here for Patience coming up. Things continue onwards until suddenly a pylon in the middle of the map, finding its way closer and closer to that Terran base here. Must be a Stargate, right? Must be. It should be. There we go. 1000s IQ. Caster here. You know what? We gotta at least mention it, right? The ones in every 11 games I make a correct call. It's gotta be mentioned. It's gonna be celebrated. Alright, I like this build from Cure, by the way, as well. He's going once more for the double racks with the with the factory as well incorporated. He's not going to grab himself a Cyclone this time around. So that was one of the things that was kind of making it difficult for Patience to do anything with that first initial Oracle. Oh, he's going to get inside of the main base here. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, just going to grab one SCV maybe. Come on, come on. Oh, a great pull away there from Cure. Not going to make that as easy as it could be. But then again, those SCVs now quite low. Easy pickings for the Oracle here, perhaps. That is coming in closer and closer. There we go. There we go. It's in fruition now. And zappity zap. There we are. 1, 2. And come on. It's not giving chase, really. I think that is a big mistake, right? All those SCVs so incredibly low. Not sure if he has the energy now to get all of them. That are low. I mean, 5 kills. 5 kills, it's good. It's definitely good. But, oh boy. Oh no. Oh. Patience. What? Where's your stuff? Where the hell are your units, Patience? They're not here, are they? Oh boy, he's going to lose as many workers as he just lost. Well, as he just managed to kill. At least with the shield battery overcharge. I mean, this could have been a lot worse without that hanging around here, huh? All those probes would have died. The adept would have died. Okay, another blockade here for the main base. 9 workers. 9 disgusting worker kills right there. At least he gets rid of the entire army of Cure here, right? That is something. That is something. Alright. Will he be going across? Yes, he will. Right here with the Adepts and the Glaive upgrade as well. We don't see it that often, but it's going to be interesting to see what is going to happen this time around. Gateway tech and the Glaive attack both finishing up here around the same time. We do still have a pylon here, of course, near that Stargate. Still slow warping since there's no Nexus or Gateway nearby. And another pylon being warped in. Interesting. I guess we don't quite have all the warp gates in warp gate mode just yet, so it's still going to be a surprise, but there is a bunker here. The bunker can be vital to holding this. There's a lot of gateways. A lot of gateways brightening up the backside of that shrubbery right now. Finding the pylon with the Stargate, that's a good call, I suppose, right? Shutting that down, making sure nothing else is coming in. Where is... Oh, I love that. Oh, that's so smart. That is so smart. Patience. Oh, you absolute evil genius. That is crazy good. Okay, now that is going to provide a bit of an opportunity here for these Adepts. I mean, those Cyclones still in the status trap. It's like, alright, well, they are going to try to head in back across as soon as they're done with that pylon. Here we go, and just jumps right on top of the bunker. And the Oracle is here as well. The Oracle a little bit too close to the missile turret, so that does go down. The SCVs are having a rough time at it. So a lot of them going down. Is this going to be working out, though? Is this going to be enough? The Adepts shading on over the supply depots here. It looks like that will, in fact, be enough. Adepts, oh, cancelling the shade, in fact. I mean, they are breaking through here, through the front door. Patience, has he done it? I think he very well may have done it here, guys. Getting on top of the production facilities. How are you going to get yourself out of this one, Cure? I don't think there is a way. GG is called. Patience not going to go down a 9th time in 11 games.